Wayne 10K. I went to a friend of mine's home, and he had YouTube TV. He had every channel I pay cable for, and he pays a fraction. It makes me think maybe we aren't considering times are a changin'. His kids want to go pros, not Nintendo. I'm a teacher, and the youth see value in the internet. They want to create merch. YouTube has created a space where our youth see entrepreneurs talking about cool stuff. Now, I do agree the begging is ridiculous, especially when the average age of these guys is 45. I do also see the point of view of our kids who see YouTube as an opportunity to create a career and become entrepreneurs. My issue is that the blueprints like your channel aren't kid-friendly, and the content is sarcastic and will fly right over their heads. The kid-friendly channels are begging profusely, and I'm worried our new generation will consider panhandling a real career too. Kids are watching YouTube for everything, and in 20 years, e-begging will be normal. Well, YouTube TV, I've actually heard some good things. A couple people have told me that it's pretty reasonable for what you get. Replacing cable like me, I currently don't have cable, so, I don't know. Maybe I might look into that. I thought about Sling TV, but they just didn't really have a, whole lot of channels for what I consider would be worth, the payment. I do have internet, I do have Netflix, I do have YouTube, and a lot of the time I'm either maybe watching YouTube videos or, planning out uploading YouTube videos. So between that and playing games or, just, other stuff, cable, I figured, I don't really need cable. So I cut my cord on cable. So what happens is you have these, children watching these YouTubers and having dreams of being like the next one of these people. This happens like also with basketball, football, but to an extent, the realistic, even if you make it to college sports, only a very small percentage of those people is actually going to make it to the pros. Not everyone's going to be Zion Williams. So you have all these, but there's a lot of angles I could go with it. I'll just try to stick to your comment. Kid-friendly channels begging profusely. Well, as time goes on, what was maybe not acceptable 5 years ago, some things like Patreon that were not acceptable. The idea that there would be a Patreon, that creators who are supposed to be doing this for the passion of it would actually create a paywall between themselves and their fans. The idea of that was just, no one even thought of that. Okay, I know I didn't years ago, but now it's commonplace. And there was a person also almost made into the honorable mentions today that mentioned, a channel that I really like. There's a lot of channels that I like out here that have Patreon, and it's really sad for me to see that because it's becoming the norm, right? And as time goes on, there's not that much of a resistance against that. Sadly, there's not many radical Ricks out here. I'm seen as, some of you see me as like a prominent voice against e-begging, but, hello, I'm only around at 4,000 subscribers. There's not much of a resistance here. And like you said, this channel, I don't think I'm kid-friendly. I looked at my demographics, and it's very few, younger people. But I would actually say look at the demographics of, a lot of these other different, like, Switch channels. And, probably a lot of kids watching that stuff. And there's what I see is a lot of these kids, like you say, are going to watch these and say, well, I want to be the next one of these YouTubers. And they'll see these things as acceptable. It's not a good thing for the children of today looking to become the next sellout YouTuber of tomorrow.